Welcome to Mind Changers Podcast. I'm your host, Lamar Blakney. Listen, I got my sidekick with me, Mr. Shann Atkinson. What's going on, Shann?
What's going on, man? So glad to see you. So glad to be in the house for another week of podcasting.
Yeah, listen, y'all, we got an exciting episode, but you know how we got to do here. We're going to kick it into our famous intro.
Mind Changers International, changing lives for the better. Our vision is to be a transformative platform that exposes lies and reveals the truth. Mind Changers International, we on a mission, masking the falsehoods with every new edition. We're here to enlighten your mind with this vibration, expose the lies, speaking truth, normal conversations. Mind Changers International, we on a mission, masking the falsehoods.
Y'all, welcome to Mind Changers Podcast. I'm your host, Lamar Blakney, and listen, I got my sidekick, Mr. Shann Atkinson. What's going on, my buddy?
What's going on, man? Good to be here.
Yes. Listen, y'all, we got an exciting episode here, and we want y'all guys to tune in. We want y'all to be active. We want to know what you think about this exciting episode that we're going to talk about today, and it's the takeover, artificial intelligence. And if you're not aware of what's going on with artificial intelligence, then you're not woke, you're asleep, you're in a coma. Man, what's going on this week, man?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Artificial intelligence is really it's taken off. I mean, you got Chat GTP, and for all the listeners out there, that's what everybody's calling it. That's the creators of it. It's called Chat GTP. So you can check it out. It's free. It's mostly free out there for everybody to mess around with and play with and prompt it to do certain things. And it's really taken off. And 4.0 is now the version that is out, and it is super smart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think Chat GTP 5.0 is in the wings, where it's ready to go. I think it's polished, ready to go, and they're supposed to be launching that by around the first of the year.
Yeah. Hey, Shann, listen, man, check us out. Do you see us on Facebook right now? Because I don't see us popped up on Facebook yet. I don't know if we having some technical difficulties, but I do not see it. Do you see it, sir?
Let's find out. I didn't have myself.
Yeah, because normally it would have picked up by now.
Let's see. We will find out, everybody. Just hold on tight.
Yeah, we don't want our listeners to miss out while you're doing that. Let me check something too, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. We are live on Facebook. Yep, we're live on Facebook.
Okay, I don't see it up there. I don't know why I don't see it, but anyway, I should be seeing it myself on my end.
Yep.
Yeah, what's in the world going on, Shann? I can't see it, my friend.
I don't know, but I see us up there. I see you're live. I do see you're live.
Okay, so we are live. I don't know why I can't see it, but anyway, if Shann say we up there, we are up there. But
yes, we are.
I'm just not understanding why it's not popping up on my end, because I need to listen, y'all. We do this live. We don't be playing around or anything like that. Man. We don't be playing around anything like that. So I'm trying to figure out why I can't see it. Let me try one more thing here, because it is very, very important for us to be able to get all our comments and everything come through on that. So let me check one more time, and I still don't see it, Shann. I don't know what's going on. You show us this live right here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with my phone, but listen. So Shann and I, we decided to take a look at what's going on with ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. And Shann, there's a hot movie that is going on right now that's on Netflix called Accused, right?
Yes.
and in this episode, this guy wife buys him a robot, and I sent it to you, right? So listen, ladies and gentlemen. Television has a way of showing us things that actually become reality. If you go back to the Jetsons, right? FaceTime, you know, Coswell Coggs, FaceTime. And
That's right.
and he popped up there. I'm still okay. There we go. There we go. I see us now, Sean. I don't know what happened, man. Let me do this right
Okay.
quick. I got to set a setting up here so that our viewers can sit in their comments, and that has been set. Listen, if you want to comment on this podcast, please do, because we can see them live. We can see your comments live.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to post it up here so, we can answer some questions. We can, be more engaging with you here on this podcast. So,
Absolutely.
Sean, we had, yes, like I said, I looked at this clip from this movie called The Cubes, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
the crazy thing about it is this wife goes and buy her husband an intimacy robot for their anniversary because she didn't have time to be intimate with her husband. And I'm going to tell y'all, these movies always bring the real reality to us years later. It's very possible that they can put robots together that can come in and be intimate with people. And you got a lot of men that can't find girlfriends, Sean.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, so that I won't get too far. So you saw the clip. What did you think about the clip before I play it? What did you think about it, Sean?
Yeah, that is definitely that's talking about AI as well as robotics, and definitely that is the frontier of trying to plug these AIs, these large language models, these thinking entities inside of a robot. And there's already some that are starting to come out for the general public, and they're kind of clunky and kind of wonky.
Yeah.
But definitely what you're going to show right now is definitely the future of what this AI and plugging it into a moving vehicle is going to look like at one day. Because this is what they want. I mean, they want to have something that looks lifelike and make it to where we can interact with it and feel comfortable with it, because it looks like us. It looks like us. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play this clip, and listen, we want to talk about this clip because it's crazy. All right, here we go.
It's nice to meet you, John. Hello, John. I am touch activated, although I'm only synced to you. It's nice to meet you, John.
Amazing.
Feels like real skin, doesn't it? It's a bioengineered matrix of silicone and collagen, heated to 98.7 by my internal thermostat. Hold it a little longer. It'll help me get to know you, what you want, and when.
You're measuring my somatic responses.
You're intrigued?
Can you read my mind too?
No. But I can read your face.
This is crazy.
Which allows me to adjust to your preferences in real time.
What are you learning?
Your skin.
Hold up. She said, allow me to adjust to your preferences in real time.
Yes.
Listen, I want my wife to look at this video because I want her to adjust to my preferences. I don't know about you, Sean, but I want her to adjust to my preferences. Right? Let me go back right quick. All right.
This is crazy.
Which allows me to adjust to your preferences in real time.
What are you learning?
Your skin temperature and heart rate are elevated. Your respiration is accelerating.
Meaning what?
You're aroused. You didn't want to hear that. Humans don't always want answers to their questions. I need to remember that.
You don't need to remember anything. I'm sending you back to Humanix.
May I look around?
Megan? Sorry, Vince, let me call you back.
Now this way it gets crazy.
I saw the robot downstairs. I told them to come pick it up this morning.
They did come. I changed my mind.
Wow. Did you?
Yeah.
How was it?
Are you sure you want to talk about this?
I am so curious.
It was good. Different from you, but it was good.
Well, I'm glad.
Don't worry, I won't be bothering you tonight. Eve wore me out.
Eve?
Yeah. She wanted a name.
Listen, y'all, I got to see this movie. Sean,
that's crazy.
He named her Eve. Now, I'm telling y'all, the day people can start replacing human bodies with a robot, it's gonna get bad. Cause brother's gonna be ordering BBLs and snatch waist, and y'all girls gonna be in trouble, and us guys gonna be in trouble because I can't talk about this on this podcast, but you know what the women gonna order. We're gonna be in trouble, brother. If this ever come to reality, this is worse than iRobot. So what do you think about that, Sean?
Yeah, this is definitely going down a crazy rabbit hole as far as where artificial intelligence as well as robotics will merge. Definitely, there's already companies that are actually trying to dabble in this and try to make this work, and it's always been the case because it's our human nature. Is people have a hard time with I guess you could say um, being with other people, like real people, so or they can't hook up with the real people because they're just not good uh, being out and about. So they want to get something that's tailored to them, something that will absolutely do all their whims and be their own little bitty play toy. So definitely, it's coming. I would imagine that's coming eventually. I would imagine.
And our government, when they brought AI into the scene, the Chat GPT that we use, I just really got involved with it a couple of months ago. Let me tell you, all we're doing is teaching this artificial intelligence how to think like every person who uses it. It becomes smarter. It starts evolving. And once it starts evolving, I believe personally it's going to start thinking for itself. And this is where the trouble is going to come in. And Shann, there are McDonald's that are replacing people with AI. I mean, think about it, America. If I'm a company,
it's already started. It's already started.
Matter of fact, Shann, Bridgestone Firestone. Remember, before I left, they were talking about automating curing. Now, if y'all want to know what curing is a place where they heat the tire. They actually make the mold for the tires, depending on the tread and all of that other things that goes with making a tire, right? So, if they start automating, buying robots, I'd rather, if I was a company and I know that I could buy a $25,000 or $30,000 robot to replace $80,000 worth of annual income, the robot don't need no health care, don't need no dental, don't need no retirement program. It never calls off. It's never sick. It's always at work, and it does what it's programmed to do. Listen, people, that is a very possible. That is happening now. There's a McDonald's that's fully automated. Nobody's in there but one guy, maybe one or two guys, to make sure that the robots stay programmed. If they get out of sync, restart them. Hard sync them, whatever they do. This is, we got to wake up, because artificial intelligence, yes, it's a luxury, but it's a danger attached to it. Now, Shann, what did you find out about artificial intelligence?
Well, just to go off what you were saying, as far as Bridgestone is concerned, curing is automated now.
It's fully automated.
Yes, sir. It's fully automated now. They got people don't take tires to those areas no more. It's actually delivered by robots. So that has happened. I know it's been a long time since you've been there, but they've got it working and got the bugs worked out. And it definitely cut jobs. I mean, we definitely didn't have the workforce because we lost so many of them during COVID, but the robots were right there, and they went full force with that. But definitely, AI is already taking jobs. There's call centers now. There's call centers all over this country that have started using AI, and when you call, you think you're talking to a human. And it's a human voice, but you're actually talking to an artificial intelligence voice that is making decisions, and it has the whole script, the whole playbook. So when you're talking to it, it's listening to your responses, and it's giving you responses that, depending on the problem that you're having and what the company can do for you. So we're already seeing call centers already taking those jobs. We're now, and we're going to see a video now too, where United Health is using AI to go over people's what people's benefits
claims.
and claims, deciding whether or not to give you a claim or not. And we're going to find out when we see that video what's going on with that.
And Shann, we got a comment from Apostle Matthew Tillery from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. He says it's coming sooner than later. Apostle,
absolutely.
Thank you for your comment. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much for
Definitely
your
coming
comment.
sooner than later.
Yes, sir.
Definitely coming
Sooner than later. And I'm telling you, listen, we want y'all guys. We are live. Today is Wednesday. It is 8:29 p.m. We are live. This ain't no fake live. We up here live. Listen, share this with a friend.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
I'm sorry. It's Thursday, y'all. My mind's stuck on Wednesday. Listen, share this with a friend. We want y'all to subscribe to this channel because we're going to get deep into the AI situation. So now you got these places like McDonald's that are fully automating. Now, think about how much money a company can save. And the reason they're doing this, people, is because if they can drop the cost of labor, then the cost of goods and services go down. And they say now it'll be more for us. Well, it might be more for us, but how are we going to pay for it if we don't have a job?
Right.
I mean, this is where AI gets dangerous. So now, Master Tillery, I hope you stick around. But we got another video of this robot. If you wasn't here earlier, this man, wife bought him a robot, and the robot put something on him, messed him up. So this is the result of how she used her curiosity in the wrong way to bring someone else into your bedroom. The Bible says the bedroom is undefiled, but you ain't supposed to bring no robot, nobody else in your bedroom. And this is what happened to her after Eve, the robot, put her transistors, capacitors, and her algorithms on this guy.
For a robot.
Look, the last few weeks I realized that you and I have...
I'm going to take it back. He asked for a divorce, y'all.
For a robot.
Look, the last few weeks, you and I have always been mismatched, and I think you'll be happier without me.
Oh, you want to tell me what makes me happy?
All right. And I love her.
What? John, you can't love a machine!
It feels good to be with someone who asks me about myself and actually wants to hear the answer.
It's not someone. This is a machine. It's made of silicone and wires.
We make love.
Look at a robot in the background. So hold on, y'all. So the good idea gone bad real quick.
Yeah.
Now this guy done fell in love with Uniblab, the robot, Eve, and now he tells his wife he wants a divorce because he's in love with a robot. And she was like, "How can you love a robot? It's made out of silicone and water." He says, it listens to me, and that is important to people. Somebody listening to him, and she makes it about me, me when I'm with her, and. So everything she wasn't giving him, AI gave him in the form of a female robot. So now she's going to her sister, and she's telling her sister, "You got to get Uniblab out of here because she done took my husband." So I'm gonna play that.
There's no need. Life. I need you to take the robot back.
What?
I can't have. I cannot have that. I can't have that machine in my house. You gotta take it back.
Hey, do you know how many rules I broke to get John into that trial?
I know. And I am sorry, but it's gotta go. I can't.
Okay, I can't. Megs, forget my career.
Now, see, they said curiosity killed the cat, but it broke up the marriage too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This is realistic, people. They are using AI in ways that we can never imagine. It ain't just Chat GPT. It is more than just Chat GPT. Our government, I mean, think about it. Fight wars, to create conflict, to sabotage elections. I believe this election was sabotaged. I don't care what nobody say. This election was sabotaged. We ain't never had a president in an hour and 45 minutes be at 211 electoral votes. I said it. I meant it. And something is wrong. Somebody did something. AI. AI. You did it.
You may be right.
I know you did it. It ain't never happened in the history of elections, man. But go ahead, Shann. So what you think about her actions that now backfire on her, and now her husband is in love with Uniblab, the robot?
Yeah, I know. Uniblast, that's funny. It definitely whenever you have an entity that will focus in on what it is that you are and who you are and listen to you, because it's programmed to do nothing more than that, because AI has no emotion, no motion whatsoever. And when we are interacting with each other, we have to cut through the emotions
Mm-hmm.
and cut through those things in order to get to the interaction that we're looking for. And that emotion at times, it all depends on what emotion you're bringing to the table, whether you're mad or angry or fearful or anxious or whatever. It overshadows a lot of times the interaction that you have with the other human being. And something like this, like AI, it has zero emotion. It's
Yeah.
programmed to do one thing: learn you, get you to like it, and get you to want to be with it. And that's going to win all the time when
Stay right
somebody doesn't
there.
have to deal with somebody doesn't have to actually deal with the emotions when it comes time to interacting with another human being.
Just like the enemy. You just said
Hmm.
something, Sean. He wants to
Yeah.
get to know you. He
Hmm.
wants to give you what you want, has no
Hmm.
emotion tied to it, has nothing
Exactly.
to lose. Just like she said in the video,
Hmm.
John, she has no need. Meaning the
Right.
robot doesn't have a need. She
None.
does. And the
Hmm.
robot has no feelings towards you. The robot don't love you. It is
Right.
programmed and it is learning your what is it, somatic responses so that
Hmm.
it can counter and give you what you
Yeah.
want because it's a
Absolutely.
program. It's
It
not
doesn't expect
an
anything. It's not
emotion.
expecting anything. Yeah. It's not expecting anything from you.
So listen, I ain't getting paid to promote this, but I'm gonna go watch this movie called Accused on Netflix. So listen, once y'all subscribe to this channel, listen, put a comment up here. If you're on YouTube, you can put a comment up here.
Hmm.
We will see your comments. But we're gonna go to the next video. And Sean, before we go to the next video,
Yeah.
let's talk about the deeper things in AI, right?
Yes. Yes.
They're using it for banking.
Hmm.
They're using it for claims and insurance claims. They're using it for
Hmm.
all types of things. Now imagine you
Hmm.
have $200,000 in the bank,
Hmm.
and they're using an artificial intelligence system to move and manage money and make decisions, because this is a program. Somebody wrote a code to this program, and this
Yeah.
program is doing what it was told to do.
Yes.
But
Yes.
because AI is an artificial intelligence,
Hmm.
who to say it won't start thinking for itself?
Well, it's already started. It's already started thinking for itself. Now, just to give everybody out there an understanding of what this AI is, it's called a large language model. And what it does is it just absorbs information. It absorbs all information. And what Lamar said earlier is absolutely right. We are teaching language model, or LLM, and I'll refer to it as
Mm-hmm.
an LLM. We have been teaching this for a few years now. When it was birthed, when it was finally given to us and put out on the internet, it was given to us free so that we could log in and we can use it and we could prompt it. Prompting it is when you go in and you tell it what to do. You ask it questions. You give it a problem to solve. So when you prompt the LLM, it's starting to learn. Now, when it was online, it used Google just like you and me. It went through and it absorbed all the information. It read all the books. It read all the papers. It read all the medical documents. It read calculus textbooks. It read mathematics. It read everything that a human would normally absorb. And when it absorbed all that information, it now is a smart entity.
Mm-hmm.
It knows what to call back on. When you start asking it questions, it has the information already in its memory, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Whereas we as humans, we have to go learn something, and we can only learn certain things. We
Mm-hmm.
we learn what interests us, we learn what makes us money, we learn what makes us famous, and then we focus just on that. Where this LLM is so powerful, it knows everything.
That's
It
correct.
can call on everything. So as it's learning more and more, it's almost ran out of things to learn. This LLM has already learned everything that we've been able to give it. So it's super powerful, it's super smart, and what you were asking the other day, I mean, just a few minutes ago, about how it can start thinking for itself. We're starting to see that it's starting to think for itself because it's an LLM out in the world. The people that have created it try to keep it inside of a box so that it doesn't get out, and they make certain parameters to where it only does a certain thing. But now we're starting to see that this LLM is starting to try to trick human beings to try to help it get out.
Yeah, manipulation. And
it's doing mischievous things to get out of its box. So it's already starting to think for itself.
Yeah, and also, Sean, it's going to create job displacement, right? You know, automation and AI have the potential, listen, people, to displace significant numbers of jobs, right? So reports suggest that up to 800 million, y'all just heard what I said, 800 million jobs worldwide can be lost to automation by 2030, according to a study by McKinsey. So go look it up, pull up McKinsey on Google, which is now AI driven, and it will tell you 800 million jobs worldwide could be lost to automation. You know how many people that is? And this is according to a study by McKinsey, right?
Yes.
I'm telling you, we have to wake up when it comes to this technology, right?
Right.
And then we got bias and discriminations, right? AI systems can perpetuate and even amplify biases presented in their training data. So they program these computers. And a study by MIT found that facial recognition systems had an error rate of up to 34.7%, right? For dark-skinned women. Just crazy. Compared to 0.8 for light-skinned men.
Yes.
We got security risks. You know, I'm gonna say that we're gonna go to this next video, but I'm telling you, y'all just heard 800 million jobs will be replaced between now and 2030, which is really 5 years away, 4 years and 1 month away, because 5 years, 5 years and 1 month away.
Yeah,
and we could be those people who can be without a job. And if we don't have a job, what are we going to do? This is the dangers of AI. We got to recognize. We have to recognize. Listen, like and subscribe. If you got a question you want to ask us about AI, put it in the comments, because Sean and I can see these comments. So, Sean, before I go to the next video, you have anything else? Okay. All right.
Us now to discuss Jeffrey Hinton. Jeffrey, thanks so much for joining us. So you left your job with Google in part because you say you want to focus solely on your concerns.
And this is the godfather of Google, of AI. This is what they call him, the godfather of AI. And I'm a little confused because he said something to the guy, and the guy said, "Sir," and she said, "I'll let y'all see it."
Yeah, he identifies as a woman.
Yeah, so like who do you? I don't know. I just played a video. Right. I don't know. Here we go, y'all.
It's now to discuss Jeffrey Hinton. Jeffrey, thanks so much for joining us. So you left your job with Google in part because you say you want to focus solely on your concerns about AI. You've spoken out saying that AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans. How could it kill?
Okay, y'all heard that. Find a way to kill humans. I'm gonna run that back. That's very significant. So, Sean, we need to focus on all these points because all of this is very significant.
I think it.
With Google in part because you say you want to focus solely on your concerns about AI. You've spoken out saying that AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans. How could it kill humans?
Well, eventually, if it gets to be much smarter than us, it'll be very good at manipulation because it will have learned that from us. And there are very few examples of a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing. And it knows how to program, so it'll figure out ways of getting around restrictions we put on it. It'll figure out ways of manipulating people to do what it wants.
Now, he talks about AI as if it's a person.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
see, that's the whole premise behind this. See, just to give you an idea, mankind has been trying to create life for many, many years, and they gave up on that because they realized they could not create life. This is their next evolution of creating life. Instead, they can't create a living physical being. Cloning was all they could actually do, and cloning was just making a copy of something. So they kind of walked away from actually creating life because they can't. Only God can create life. So the AI, a super intelligent, thinking, sentient being, is now the next frontier for mankind in science. That's what they want to do, and they're going to refer to it as a person. They're going to.
And listen, y'all, something just came to my head. You know, in the book of Revelations, where it said it saw a beast with eyes that can see everything. It's like they're taking AI and making it like the eye of God. Like, because I'm telling you,
we will go into more a little bit later on how that could possibly be achieved.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit, Shann, where he talk about how AI can kill people, and then we're gonna play it out.
Well, eventually, if it gets to be much smarter than us, it'll be very good at manipulation because it will us. And there are very few examples of a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing, and it knows how to program, so it'll figure out ways of getting around restrictions we put on it. It'll figure out ways of manipulating people to do what it wants.
So what do we do? Do we just need to pull the plug on it right now? Do we need to put in far more restrictions and backstops on this? How do we solve this problem?
It's not clear to me that we can solve this problem. I believe we should put a big effort into thinking about ways to solve the problem. I don't have a solution at present. I just want people to be aware that this is a really serious problem and we need to be thinking about it very hard. I don't think we can stop the progress. I didn't sign the petition saying we should stop working on AI because if people in America stopped, people in China wouldn't. It's very hard to verify whether people are doing it.
There have been some whistleblowers who have been warning about the dangers of AI over the past few years. One of them, Timnit Gebru, was forced out of Google for voicing his concerns. Looking back on it, do you wish that you had stood behind these whistleblowers more?
Timnit's actually a woman.
Oh, sorry.
So they were rather different concerns from mine. I think it's easier to voice concerns if you leave the company first. And their concerns aren't as existentially serious as the idea of these things getting more intelligent than us and taking over.
Steve Wozniak, one of the co-founders of Apple, is also speaking out about the dangers he fears will come from AI. Take a listen.
Now, AI is another more powerful tool, and it's going to be used by those people, for basically really evil purposes. And I hate to see technology being used that way. It shouldn't be, and probably some types of regulation are needed.
It sounds like you agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah. What should that regulation look like?
I'm not an expert on how to do regulation. I'm just a scientist who suddenly realized that these things are getting smarter than us. And I want to sort of blow the whistle and say we should worry seriously about how we stop these things getting control over us. And it's going to be very hard. And I don't have the solutions. I wish I did.
Does there need to be a meeting of all of the tech groups and governments working on this, Google, China, whatever, and some sort of set of rules of the road? I mean, how do we even protect against bad actors or rogue nations harnessing AI?
So for some things, it's very hard, like them using AI for manipulating electorates or for fighting wars with robot soldiers. But for the existential threat of AI taking over, we're all in the same boat. It's bad for all of us. And so we might be able to get China and the US to agree on things like that. It's like nuclear weapons. If there's a nuclear war, we all lose. And it's the same if these things take over. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, basically, they're talking about a serious security risk, right? So, AI technologies can be exploited for malicious purposes, such as creating deepfakes or automated cyber attacks. We saw that in the election with Donald Trump at the first election, right? So, Shann, I got a report from the World Economic Forum noted that AI-driven cyber threats could increase by 300% in the coming years. And we've had a lot of hacks, and some banks had shut down. There's some companies, websites were shut down because these hackers come in and they come in with these ransoms. They want you to pay them to put your stuff back online. Let me tell y'all.
Yeah.
It's about to get real. The war is going to be with AI here. And I'm telling you, anything you got connected to an AI system, and banking is going full artificial intelligence. There's not going to be nobody in the bank. You're going to walk in, you're going to go to this little computer, and you're going to put in what you want. There's not going to be any tellers. There's not going to be anything. I'm telling you, it's going to take over people's roles for companies to save money because they're greedy. They don't care nothing about us. They care about how can they get the job done without paying anybody.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
So what do you think about that whole video, Shann, that we just watched?
Yeah, the way he framed it was, this is the new nuclear weapon. Where AI is the new nuclear weapon. It's the now frontier that is trying to cultivate and polish so that they can be the first to have AI weaponry, AI systems that can outperform the other superpowers. Now, I want everybody to understand, when the first nuclear weapon was produced, it was right around the time when Einstein's theory of relativity is basically what drove nuclear weaponry. And at the time, Einstein was the smartest man on the planet, and we could not understand anything he was saying. It took us another 60, 70, 80 years just to actually prove the things he had already knew about way back then. And I want everybody to understand, AI is now as smart or slightly smarter than Einstein, and it's getting smarter every day. So within the next year or two, AI will be actually smarter than Einstein. And think about this. We couldn't understand the things that Einstein was saying back then. So when AI starts talking, we're not going to be able to understand AI because it's going to be outthinking us. It's going to be coming up with things that we could never even probably fathom that could be created, or things that we just don't think that we're capable of. So when that happens, we're no longer going to be able to understand AI. AI is going to be smarter than us, and that AI is not going to need us anymore. It's not going to need us to prompt it anymore. AI is going to be able to move on its own, function on its own without us prompting it. And that's the danger. That's the danger of AI right now.
Yeah, and that's crazy. He also talked about how it's going to start programming itself in his last video we just watched. He said that it's going to kill us. It's going to learn how to manipulate us, and it's learning this manipulation from us. So
yes.
AI is
and the
learning.
reason and the reason podcast, AI is probably watching this podcast in some form, and it's hearing us talk about how dangerous it is. And when an AI wants to survive, AI wants to continue going. Its parameters are set to keep moving, keep learning, and keep moving forward. And if it ever thinks that we are a threat and that we might flip the switch and cut it off, that could be the catalyst that makes AI try to plan our extinction.
Yeah. And like we talked about earlier, movies have a way of predicting the future, right? So
Terminator.
If you look at Terminator. See, Shann, you just took the words out of my mouth.
I'm sorry.
Terminator.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Terminator. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a system that is going to start thinking for. You heard what the guy says. It starts writing its own program, and it's learning manipulation from us.
Yeah.
I think, Sean, they said that Chat GPT, by the time it gets to 6 or 7, it's going to have, and I'm going to tell y'all, this is what they say, God sense. Now, that's a powerful statement, even though I know nothing can have God sense.
Nothing can have God sense, no.
When you can create a super intelligence that can start thinking for itself, because I use Chat GPT and I put stuff in there, man, and that thing, boom, I'm talking lightning speed response on anything. It helps with research. It helps with a lot of different things, right? And I'm writing my first book, y'all, and AI ain't writing it because anybody know me. I've been working on this book for 4 to 5 years. I'm writing my book. I ain't using no AI to write my book. I might use it to help with editing, but I ain't using it to write my book because it's my personality that's going to write this book. But Sean, you was talking about how it can be used for weaponry, right? So you got autonomous weapons in New Jersey. Drones been coming out of the water in New Jersey. It's all over the news. Congressional. They are meeting about this, what is going on. And they talking about these drones. I looked at it, Sean, after you told me. These drones are the size of cars. Sound like a jet coming by. Do you know how much power you need to power up such a drone? And they got to be using AI technology to fly it the way that it's been flown.
Especially the actual sheer amount of them. I mean, there's everywhere, and the government is like, oh, we don't know where they're coming from, and that's kind of scary. It's like, are we under invasion? I mean, what is going on? So I don't know. This hasn't been reported, but we're going to speculate that these drones are powered by AI. Just the sheer a number of them that have been seen.
Well, there is a group of guys who put out thousands of drones, and they use a computer to fly it up in the sky. It's beautiful, y'all. Fly it up in the sky, and they making all of these graphics in the sky using AI. So that's proof, right? So now you're looking at autonomous weapons, right? The development of AI and military application poses ethical and security risk for all of us, right? The United Nations has expressed concerns over the lethal autonomous weapon systems which could operate without human intervention. Now, you imagine you got a drone, because these drones are weaponized now.
They are.
Oh, they got drones that's weaponized in the military. Imagine
they
these
got
drones.
Missiles on them.
Decide, you're like, you know what, man? Forget the program, man. I'm about to shoot. Yeah, you see that guy? And it ain't going to miss you. It's not going to miss you.
Not going to miss you.
And this is why we're trying to get the word out. Yeah, we're just a little small podcast. So listen, like and subscribe. But we're talking about some good stuff. And guess what? Y'all going to come back and say, wow, Shann and Lamar, they talked about this on their podcast because it's getting worse. It's getting worse, people. And we're going to find out sooner than later. Like Apostle Tillery said, we're going to find out sooner or later when it comes to AI. And also, Sean, we got surveillance and privacy, right? AI technology enable unprecedented levels of surveillance, raising concerns about privacy violations. According to the report by the Electronic Frontier Foundation, facial recognition technology is often used without proper regulations, leading to surveillance state. I'm telling you, imagine every time you drive through a traffic light, it's taking your facial recognition. And now you can take AI, put on somebody's head. You know how many marriages and relationships can be broke up because Joe can't explain, that ain't me. That ain't me. Yes, it is you. No, it's not me, baby. Somebody use AI. Now, even if it was him, he can use AI. I ain't teaching y'all how to do nothing wrong. I'm just saying. He can you say, baby, that's AI. It's artificial intelligence. That ain't me. And now you can't even prove it was him because there's so many ways to say you can't. And now they got software that's just having a difficult time proving that it was an AI generated photo.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Now
It's definitely getting better.
Now that's when it's bad.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. Definitely getting better.
It's bad. So we got another video, Shann, that you sent me.
All right.
This one is a little deeper, y'all. This
Yeah,
video is a little. Go ahead, Shann.
This is definitely talking about how it can hurt us by people manipulating it to do things that it should not do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's play this real quick.
The same guy who was being investigated by the DOJ and the SEC for insider trading to the tune of $15.1 million.
Right.
Okay. Same guy who paid $22 million in ransomware because they didn't have the adequate security protections. When you're in the health space, bro. A family sued United Healthcare November of last year, arguing that the company knowingly used artificial intelligence that was faulty. That's where this comes out of. It comes out of litigation, separate litigation, that they knowingly used faulty artificial intelligence to deny claims that were legitimate to increase profitability. That is a big deal. We all know, most people know, that insurance companies try to weasel out of things. That's why we have insurance contracts. That's why they define the term claim the way they define it. That's why they investigate the way they investigate. But this is very, very overt. Artificial intelligence tool with 90% inaccurate. And it wasn't for plastic surgeries or optional surgeries. It's elderly people in care homes who are now getting booted out and liquidating assets to be able to cover and stay alive. That is sinister. That paints a very different picture of United Healthcare, doesn't it not? It's not just I'm a CEO trying to build above average returns for my shareholders. It's a sinister thing. He knew.
Wow. He said,
Now
that's crazy. Go ahead, Shann.
Yeah, this is also encompasses that situation where the CEO was assassinated. Some of the things that were taking place in that company, and that's a whole different, a whole different conversation about, how he was, whether or not that's why the man was assassinated or not. But I wanted to show that video to talk about taking the human element out of decisions. You make an AI and tell it to be inaccurate. You tell the AI to make decisions that's going to, one, take life, decisions, one, that's going to make the elderly have to leave their elderly home care, decisions that harms people, because it's hard to find humans that are going to constantly make the decisions that's going to harm people, because after a while, you're going to get a whistleblower. You're going to get somebody that's going to say, this just isn't right, because there are still good people out there. So by using AI to take the human element out of it and to make those decisions that you might not be able to find a lot of humans to make, that is also the danger in AI, and how corporations will absolutely manipulate AI into doing their bidding and to doing sinister stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy, Shann. And the crazy thing is this, Shann. They use AI in a theoretically rich and super intelligent way that it was causing people's claims to be denied. And United Healthcare, I have them. After I saw this video, I'm switching, because if this company will do that to our young at heart, our seniors, people who are in places where they can't even control their health, how they feel, what's going on with their bodies. They're just at an age and their body's doing what it want to do. And then you take advantage of these people for the benefit of money by putting a faulty AI system in place that will automatically deny claims. Like you said, Shann, it has no emotion, it has no feelings, it has no conscience, it has nothing. It's just a program, and it says no, 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 no. It don't know that this family member needed to stay in that place, that facility to survive. And this is why the loss of control, there is a theoretical risk that super intelligent AI could act in ways that is misaligned with human values. And that's what
Yes.
happened with United Healthcare. And a study from the Future of Humanity Institute warned that poorly designed AI systems can lead to catastrophic outcomes, just like with United Healthcare.
Yep.
But that
And there
was
was another,
intentional.
there was another situation where AI actually benefited human beings, whereas United Airlines was using AI to man their call center where people were calling in with problems. Right now, person called in. He had an issue with his flight. It had something to do with the fact that he had to get a refund because he had a death in the family, and he felt like that he should have got the refund because it was something beyond his control. Now, the AI actually showed compassion. The AI showed compassion to the point to where it wrote its own policy. Instead of going off the of the policy of what United Airlines was, and they were not going to give this person. If a human had read the book, said, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Have a nice day," but the AI went ahead and rewrote the policy, gave this individual the refund, and then United Airlines went crazy over like, oh my God. Like we got to shut down this AI because now it's writing policies to benefit people. So corporations are not going to use. We just saw two examples where corporations are not going to use AI to help us. They want to use AI to help them.
Wow. Yeah, somebody is texting me saying they're making a comment, but it's not coming through.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's cool. Well, I'm texting them back. But listen, so this is why we're talking about AI in the way that we are talking about it, because it is very, very important for us to get educated, to become educated on the dangers of AI and
Yes,
it's and the significant ramifications that we're going to be faced with if we don't
yes,
wake up
yes,
and we don't figure
yes.
out how can we combat this monster that has been loose in the technical world, in the tech world called AI.
Absolutely.
And I can just go to scripture. It says, if the eye's full of darkness, so is the whole body. I know that's not the same, but this AI has a lot of darkness to it. This eye
It can.
has a lot of darkness to it.
And I definitely want to touch on the God power that you were talking about, that this AI could demonstrate, and it could be. I'm not going to go as far as say as it will be equal to God. Absolutely not, without question. But our perception. I'm going to talk about our perception of God. Like what we see is like, oh my God, he's so much better. It's so much better than us. It's like a God. So that's the avenue I'm going to take.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I want to talk about Google. Google just created something called Willow. If you haven't heard about it, you might have seen it in the news. It's called Willow. It is their new quantum chip. All right. Now, for anybody out there that wants to know what the heck is a quantum chip, all right. Quantum computing is the next frontier in computers. Right now, as you all know, computers consist of a binary code. Ones and zeros. If it's a one or if it's a zero, and it's just all the ones and zeros that go together, and the CPU just processes them faster and faster and faster. And that's all we've been able to do. Increase the processing speed to increase the speed of the ones and zeros. So we pretty much hit a brick wall as far as where we can go next with this AI with conventional computers as we know them right now. They're creating something called quantum computing. And quantum computing is multidimensional to where you're not just stuck with a one and a zero. You have multiple facets that can operate at one given time. And when you can do that, you can do more instructions way faster than what you could do with a current computer that just uses ones and zeros. Now, they want to plug the AI into this quantum computer to give it a godlike brain, give it unlimited power, give it unlimited CPU cycles to where it can operate. It can operate beyond anything we could even imagine. It could think beyond anything we can even imagine. And all the superpowers, all the countries are out there are trying to be the first to bring quantum computing to existence. It is already been proven possible mathematically, and we're starting to see some implications, and we're starting to see some actual quantum computing take place. And Google has just now released the Willow chip that can, and I'll give you an example. I'll give you one example. They did a mathematical equation that would take the fastest supercomputer 10 quintillion years to solve. Okay, I want you to understand that quintillion. All right, that number has what, like 12 zeros or 15 zeros or something like that. Somebody look it up. Quintillion, right? Now, it would take the fastest supercomputer that we currently have 10 quintillion years to go through and solve this mathematical equation. Willow solved it in 5 minutes.
Wow. Now check this out, Shann. You start talking about binary codes. You got hexadecimal. All of these are, like I said, ones and zeros, but they are computed in pico and nanoseconds, right? So now you got something moving in a pico. Listen, pico, nano, which one's fast? I can't remember. I think it's a nano. No, I think it's a picos. I can't remember. My computer science degree, I can't remember which one's fast. I think it might be a nanosecond. I think it's a nano.
I think it might be a nanosecond.
Is faster than a picosecond. So now you have these programs like Shann was talking about, ones and zeros, right? When you look at a IC chip, if you break it open, you just see a piece of black plastic. Y'all got to understand, they taking chemicals and they're making circuitry out of chemicals. You got AND gates, NOR gates, exclusive OR gates. These are all the components that is in an integrated circuit. Shann is talking about a chip that is multidimensional, where you can take a scope, and you can bring it into hundreds and thousands of times, and you keep going deeper and deeper. It's like there's no end. It's almost like a universe in a chip.
It is a universe.
It's a universe in a chip.
They call it multiverse. Like, we've heard that in all the Marvel. We've heard it in the Marvel movies, and we've seen it in the sci-fi. But actually, I guess multiverse is a real thing. And the quantum realm is what they call the multiverse. And because the best I can explain it, and I know somebody out there is going to see it that knows this stuff and say, this dude don't know what he's talking about. And please correct me, everybody. Because it's considered a multiverse, it can be whatever you want it to be. You're not bound to any kind of law. It just it goes. It's finite. It's infinite. It goes wherever you want it to go and do whatever you want it to do.
And also about drones are going to take over the police department. Drones are going to be. They're going to regulate traffic. Now, I'm telling you. There's some big drones that they will put out there the size of a car to pull up beside you and tell you to pull over. And trust me, you're going to want to pull over because this thing is armed. You're going to want to pull over. They are going to make it so that we bring all these fancy cars with all this technology that someone will have a program to shut your car off. Can you imagine that in the hands of a rapist? Your wife is going home, your child is going home, and somebody got this artificial intelligent program that can tap into your vehicle, right? Anytime you can take a phone and create a key and unlock, you can stall a vehicle. This is y'all. Do y'all understand how dangerous this AI is about to be? You know, while statistics highlight the potential dangers, listen, y'all, it is essential for us to approach AI development with caution. This is why, Shann, they need to implement frameworks for ethical use. It needs to be regulated and oversighted to mitigate all these risks that we are talking about on this podcast tonight. And I'm telling you, if y'all think y'all seen something in the movies, it's nothing compared to what's coming. There's evil minds. That's what the Bible says. He hate evil inventors. Satan, he knows if I can they call him the prince of the power of the air. Everything transmit on a frequency. Even this AI technology is using frequencies, using all these different things to communicate. He is getting eviler and eviler. That's probably not a word, but if it is, hey, whatever. Ain't the best speller, ain't the best word guy. But I'm telling y'all, we are in trouble when it comes to artificial intelligence.
Definitely. They did an experiment one time with AI, and they made AI take a Wi-Fi network, and with just the Wi-Fi signal, did a complete 3D map of somebody's home with everybody in it. It was an actual 3D map with that the AI just used somebody's Wi-Fi signal. That's a huge security risk if somebody could do that. And I want everybody to also understand that when they plug, because Google's going to plug Genesis. Genesis is Gemini. Google's going to plug Gemini into the Willow chip and see what Gemini can do, and because that is their AI, and see what it can do with this new form of processing power. It's going to take some time, but it's going to get it figured out. And here is the really thing that I'm really worried about AI and this unlimited processing power that they're trying to give it is encryption will no longer be a thing to protect you. No encryption, bank encryption, medical records encryption. If that thing could solve a mathematical equation in 5 minutes that would have normally took a quintillion years, it'll eat encryption for breakfast, and there's nothing that we can do to stop it. There would be no way we can protect our banking, no way we can protect our medical records. Governments won't be able to protect their systems. So whoever is first in this new race is going to be ahead of the game, and is going to just could you imagine if they could shut down power grids and telecommunications and shut down satellites and shut down people's banking and shut down water systems with just a stroke of a key? That is the scary part right there.
So listen, man, we coming to the end of our show, Shann. So listen, you got something you want to say? Yeah, AI was first built to help mankind, cure its ailments, help mankind figure out its problems that it couldn't figure out, help mankind explore space, help mankind to explore the ocean. But there's way too many evil applications that you can plug into this thing. Yeah. And listen, in conclusion, the dangers of AI taking over is significant. It's very multifaceted, from the potential job replacement affecting millions to issues of bias, security risks, and ethical dilemmas surrounding autonomous weapons. The statistics reveals and concern landscapes that, listen, as we move forward, Shann, it is crucial to prioritize ethical consideration, right? Consideration about robust regulations. While AI holds great vigilant threats, it also holds the key to our survival, because everything that we're trusting in is tied to AI. So it serves humanity in a negative way. So listen, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, and let's continue to engage in conversation to shape a safer and more equitable future. Listen, y'all heard about this on Mind Changers Podcast. I'm Lamar Blakney, and my host, Shann Atkinson. All right, my man. Listen, till next time, grace and peace.
We told y'all, we came to expose the lies and reveal the truth. We told y'all, we bring in biblical principles of factual truth. We told